That's right, with narration coming to you from US Hanharr. This is Vigilance, aka Kaloom, based on the channel name on YouTube here. This montage is going to be a bunch of 1v1 battles, usually in the middle of the fray. And, you know, I like to pick out a couple of guys that I like to pick on here and there, and here's one that I'm going to be stalking in just a second here. This is Morty from Imperial side. And you'll have to excuse my ignorance here. I'm just going to be coming up with my own names for the type of specs. Morty is a Sith warrior, I believe Juggernaut, so he's the tanking class, similar to the Jedi Guardian. He's quite hard to kill on a normal basis. And here he's actually doing something weird, and you'll see just in a second as cue the Jaws music as I'm stalking this guy across the fields of Ilum. And right here we see he's actually going for an armament. I'm just going to sprint in. I'm going to use project on him right away as an opener. And this is the weird thing right here. He throws a force choke on me, knocks me back, and then tries to go for the armament again. You know, I'm not really sure why he wanted to do that instead of fighting me, but okay. So now you can see here I just finished up a channel of telekinetic throw as I had a 3-stack of harnessed shadows. Again, he knocks me down with writhing pain. Again, goes for the armament once again. Duration of writhing pain isn't enough, so I just go back into my normal rotation. A couple of saber slashes, slow there with project. Use another force breach, telekinetic throw, 3-stack of harnessed shadows. Another project up in his face with a slow. Kick him. Now I am spec slightly different than the normal PvP kinetic combat build. I do have nerve-wracking, so that's why I kicked him in the face before the execute there for the extra 9 damage on the execute itself. And just to be a jerk, I loot the armament he was trying to get. Transitioning over into a civil war here, I'm actually going to be hiding around in stealth for a second here as an individual on an Imperial side named Thrash went stealth a moment ago. He's actually the kicky spec for, I guess it would be Imperial Agent, and what he's going to try to do here is he's actually going to try to jump one of our weaker players, try to see if he can get a quick killing blow, and I just managed to outstock him, and now we're just going to gank his face. Obviously this is not a one-on-one, but this is just how we opened up this video here into taking out Thrash. Kill him off, and now we're actually going to move into the one-on-one coming up here. This is against a gunslinger. Well, I guess that would be Imperial Agent, not really sure what you guys are called. This guy's name is Mulk Fall, and he's actually pretty squishy, not gonna lie, especially when I'm kinetic combat, and I can just sit here and heal on the kinetic throw. I'm actually jumped here by Thrash, who was just previously killed, and we see the hunker down come in there, so now he's got a little bit extra damage, he's immune to all stuns and all that kind of stuff. I've actually called for help on Ventrilo here, just because I know Thrash is going to try to kill me, and I really don't want to die here, because I'm actually going through this entire match without dying once. So there you see my reinforcements come in, but I do finish Mulk Fall without any assistance there before we finish up on Thrash. Going to be moving into some Republic versus Republic Hutball coming up here. Oh, my apologies for actually watching the spawn there. Going to be moving on to a Jedi Sentinel named Jabba. This guy likes to come after me, and I don't think he's beaten me yet. But in this clip coming up, I actually jump him first, and Dre is with me here, but soon Jabba will peel off and go pick up the health in the corner, and then that's when the 1v1 actually starts. As you can see here, I am using Force Potency, opening up on him with the telekinetic throw there, so quite a bit of damage for the ticks of the telekinetic throw. There goes Jabba stealthing over to the health. So now the 1v1 begins, and as you can see here, Jabba has actually got full resolve, so I'm not really going to be working any stuns or kicks on him yet. I work just double slashes, saber slashes, a couple of projects and slows to get up my harnessed shadows. Now what Jabba should have done here is he should have actually waited until my telekinetic throw cast and then used force stasis on me. That would have prevented my heal and wasted my 3-stack of harnessed shadows there. I've only encountered one individual who's actually managed to perfectly counter my telekinetic throws for my healing aspect in a 1v1 battle. If you're looking to take down a Jedi Shadow in telekinetic combat spec, it's imperative to stun him, knock him back, do some sort of incapacitating ability when he is channeling his telekinetic throw, or he does heal for 12% of his health. That is the killer against Jedi's Shadow. This next scene coming up here, I'm actually on the way back from dying. That's right, I am not immortal. I was killed by a Republic smuggler, gunslinger I believe, named Ames, in a 1v3 battle, and a little bit of trash talk in the general chat there in the top left corner. So I'm just going to be taking out that Guardian in the middle there. I'm going to be moving on to this individual named Altira. Now this guy here just blows my mind, so he he decides to stun me and run away. Okay, so I follow him, pursuit him, and he's away from the battle here. And now this is a pure 1v1. Now he is tank spec, he is a Vanguard trooper. Now this is going to be tank v tank, this is going to be a long bout here. And I'm just loading up projects, slows, doing a bunch of grips here, going to be kicking him in the face throughout, ongoing. This is going to be a very long battle. And what I'm doing here is I'm actually just collecting the speed to ensure that he's just going to stick around and we're going to be continuing our 1v1 battle. Please pay attention to the general chat coming up. He actually decides to call me out for apparently trolling him in this 1v1 and not leaving him alone. This was a 1v1, even matchup, two tanks against each other, and you really have no right to really call anyone out on that. Here I actually stun him, get the health so he cannot. Again, 1v1 tank battles, quite often with the heal from telekinetic throw, you will outlast the tank, the other tank class you might be playing against here. And in this case, you know, it's the Vanguard class, and you know, I am chipping away at his health very slowly, but he is really not touching me in the least bit in my health pool here. So eventually the killing blow comes up here from, I believe, a telekinetic throw. I'm going to be working projects and execute, just whittling his health down here. And then I think finally some of his defensive abilities wear down, and I do end up killing him right there. Here I run back into the fray, and I'm actually trying to save this teammate here, AoE taunting, and trying to nuke down both these sentinels. As you see, SWTOR here actually is going to give me a hug before I kind of just blow him up with the help of, I believe it was Kolgar there, our only war hero on Republic side on this realm. Going to be taking a jump to Ilum for another 1v1 with Morty, the guy from the beginning of this video here, and I get the jump on him, start out with a project, slow. He loves to do his freaking force choke and knockback as per usual. He should have actually probably timed those for when I was channeling a telekinetic throw to negate the healing that I would get from that with this 3 stack of Harnessed Shadows. Now he is using all of his cooldowns here. You can see Bubbles going crazy. I believe he did a last stand at there 1 point even to go forward. Now he still has 1 stun in his books. I don't know if he does it here, and that's the Writhing Pain. I think I'm just going to chip away at his health here slowly, surely. I've actually used one of my cooldowns, but I really don't think I needed it here. Again, just chipping away until he's within execute range, getting a couple of executes off on him, and there I finish him off with a telekinetic throw. Gonna jump back into Hutball here, and again, it's Jabba, because I always seem to fight this guy. Just don't know what it is, but I always seem to find him on his own, and take pleasure in taking him on 1v1 here. So once again, working the projects with the slows to get Harnessed Shadows. Quick kick to the face. He wasn't quite in execute range there, or I would have definitely used the ability. I think after the stasis, I do get a little help on the side there. We see a little bit of telekinetic throw coming from another player, and I quickly finish him off with an execute there before moving on. Now this battle coming up is pretty epic. I actually managed to have a 1v1 in a cluster of Imperials. We take out that one gunslinger right there. I'm actually going to come back up and around here, and I'm going to be going after the Sith equivalent of a Jedi Sentinel. This guy's name is Vigilance, and he is a cunt to kill. And I'm going to start fighting him in just a second here, I think. Going to be taking out Yule, and then going to be working on Vigilance, who comes back into the equation right here. So here's Vigilance. He disappears. I actually knock him down in just coming up here. pull him off to the edge, and here's where the 1v1 starts. I don't see any other damage coming from other players around, so it's just me and him fighting off here. This guy deals a lot of damage very fast, so it's very imperative that I time all of my stuns and my cooldowns to negate a lot of its damage coming in. There's the Writhing Pain, just so you can see if you can get away a little bit there. Finish him up. As you can see, I have a lot of incoming damage. I actually have Yule shooting back at me there, just as I finish up Vigilance, and as I round the corner, Yule picks me off for the last little bit of my health. So that was a really close 1v1 right there. Props to Vigilance for holding out as long as he did, especially against the tank. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're interested in seeing some more Jedi Shadow Kinetic Combat PvP videos.